Okay, it looks like we're on. The microphone should be a little bit closer so people can actually hear me. What's up, guys? Let's, always gotta wait a second for people to actually join. Maybe the camera looks better here. Is this better? Is that better? Is that worse? I'm not sure. Let's, center that. Okay, that's kind of cool. I should actually have wait a second. I'll be right there, guys. Give me a second here. Loop. Okay. Okay, hey, there's a bunch of people here already. Hey, how's it going, guys? We got Band, Anna, Matt, Enriquez, Jimmy Glasscock. Is that his real name? I'm not sure. St. Jozo, a Canadian says hi. Chris Monday, holy shit. Chris, how's it going, buddy? Chris was actually my very first friend in Canada. I'm assuming that's the same Chris Mountain. It'd be a weird coincidence if there's another. I've never seen anybody else with that last name. I'm thinking that's him. That's back. Yes, that's Chris. Right on, dude. I didn't even know you subscribed to the channel, dude. Welcome. Who else we got here? We got non-zero sum game. Android Micro Gamer. This guy seems like he's. I'm thinking he's a portable gamer like myself. I got my 3DS right here, always within. Jimmy says Glasscock is his real name. I think he's lying. Izzy, are you a mobile gamer? You know it, dude. I don't play so much on my phone these days, but I've always been a portable gamer through and through. Let me show you here. This is my Game Boy collection, some of them anyway. Check it out. That's pretty cool, huh? Got the Game Boy Light here. This only came out in Japan. I got one. It's fully functional. Got a color over on the side. I got a whole bunch. Like, portables have always been my jam. Lucid Theming is here. Jimmy Glasscock says, I'll DM you a picture of my driver's license. Jimmy here, he followed me on Instagram, and I saw that name. I'm like, that's a funny screen name, but he says Glasscock is his real name. That's got to be kind of funny. The camera's a bit laggy. I was screwing around with it. Perhaps that's what's going on. Yes, the Game Boy Light, I put all my Game Boys up, and then I have a few more lying around here. I got this thing here. I got a few more here. I guess that should answer your question about me being a portable gamer. This is my. I showed you guys this in a video, right? It's a modded Game Boy Pocket. It's the screen is very bright, so it doesn't photograph really well. But let me see. Perhaps if I bring it close, it's gonna adjust the exposure. Perhaps not. But this is a portable. This is my daily driver. This is the one I played the most with. What else here? What do we got? Lag bad. How bad is it lag? Oh, I see here. You know what? I know why this is happening. I'm uploading a video here to the channel, so I understand that it looks like a bunch of frames are dropping. Let me pause this here to see if it's any better. Let me know if it's terrible, because I can pause the upload here. This is for a client. It's a commercial. I'm selling out a little bit. I'm sorry, but there's gonna be a few. Not so much on this channel. On my main channel, I've done a couple of like brand sponsorship deals, those types of things. So I'm uploading one for the client to approve. Why would anyone upload while streaming? Because I'm dumb. That's why. Because I fell behind on a bunch of things I had to do here at home, and then I ended up not sending the video to the client. And then when I realized what time it was, especially because I'm working on Brazil time, they're 3 years ahead from Mountain Time, which where I'm from. Matt Enrique says, "Hey, yo soy Chileno." I think I pronounced that right. I'm not sure. A Canadian A says, "That's a really cool modded Game Boy. How did you mod it?" I didn't actually mod it myself. I'm not very tech savvy like that. I actually got it modded by a guy on the Game Boy subreddit. So it cost me 150 bucks, but it looks really nice. It's a pocket Game Boy in the it looks like the original Game Boy, the DMG, right? Yeah, so I'm really happy with it. This is my daily driver. This is the one I play with. So Android Micro Gamer asks, he says, Moga gamepad, great to have for mobile. I'm unfamiliar with the Moga gamepad. Let's take a look here. Moga gamepad. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, it looks pretty decent, yeah. So gaming with Lazarus. I never seen your screen name here before, so welcome. I'm assuming you're a new subscriber here. He says, how well does the GPDXD run GameCube? Not at all, unfortunately. It doesn't run GameCube, so that's a bit of a problem. It runs up to the Dreamcast, and I'm not a big Dreamcast fan, so I've only ever tried a couple of games, but the ones I did try, it does work. It does work really well, but no GameCube. Unfortunately, no GameCube. Nothing from that generation, which is the 6th generation. Am I correct? 6th, I think. I'm not sure. Is it still lagging really bad? I see that there's about 40% dropped frames. Yeah, uploading this thing right now was a bad idea, but it's only 5 more minutes, so bear with me. Let me put up the link here for the stream. Actually, I forgot to link it. Give me 1 sec. Did I? No, I did not. Let me grab the link here. Is it Nobry? Dropping frames. Yeah, let me. Fuck. Can we wait 5 minutes? Because I really need to sing this thing out. So, Anthony H says, love your videos. Thank you so much, Anthony. Where are you from, by the way? I'm always curious to see where people are from. And the reason why that is because I'm from Brazil, and my main channel is in Portuguese. And when you do videos in Portuguese, you're really only reaching Brazilians. So on my main channel, when people stumble across my channel and they ask questions and things like that, I know exactly where they're from. But here, I have no idea where you guys are from. So there's some Brazilians, and there's one guy from Chile. Matt, he is from Chile. There's a couple of Filipinos. I find that my videos about the PSP attract a large audience of Filipinos. I found that very interesting. So Anthony's from Vegas. Tay-Rock is from Edmonton. He's kind of like my neighbor. Non-Zero Sum Games from Portugal. He's been a follower since 2016. Right on, dude. Lucid Theming asks, do you think the GPDXD Plus would do better with GameCube? According to the people over at the GPDXD subreddit, no. Unfortunately, GameCube, even with a decent enough computer, you wouldn't be able to emulate well enough, let alone on an Android device. So apparently it's still out of bounds for us GPDXD gamers. For those who don't know, perhaps you don't know what that is. Like I've been talking about the GPDXD, assuming everybody knows what it is. I have mine right here. This looks like a 3DS, right? And is it really charged? No, the battery's almost dead, but I can still show you. This right here is an Android tablet, believe it or not, and it has like game pads. It has analog sticks, as you can see. It has shoulder buttons, and it runs Android, so you can emulate. As you can see there, I came up with this little interface here. This is TV Launcher, and I custom made these icons here, which you can download. If you have a GPDXD, download TV Launcher. The links are all there on the database for the launcher, so you can just use them. And it emulates like DS, PlayStation 1. There's Stream, so you can stream games from your Steam account to this thing. GBA over here. There's PSP, Dreamcast, N64. There's DOS, which is really dope. Let me show you here. So it has, you see there, I'm not sure if you can recognize it, but there's like some classic DOS titles there. Yeah, so this is the GPDXD. I got to charge mine, actually. Let me plug it in here. So there's a new model that's going to be coming out soon. It's the GPDXD Plus, and it has an improved CPU, only because the Rockchip system on a chip that GPD was using has been discontinued, so they ran out of stock, basically. So they updated the CPU, but not really because they wanted to, because they don't have access to the chip that they were using before. So slightly better performance, and it has Bluetooth now. But from what I've been reading on the forums, it's like, whatever. If you already have one, you don't really need to spring for the new one. Sorry, I fell behind here on the chat. So we got Joseph Krakowski, I hope I pronounced that right. He's from the Midwest. EPS 5000 from New York. Organic Dinosaur, Colorado. Let me tell you something. I went to the States in 1999 with my family, and I stayed in Denver for a couple of nights. And it was the first time I saw real heavy snow. So that was really cool. PSP gaming on Android is great. I used PPSSBP, which is the PSP emulator on Android, and it used to work fine on my GPDXD, but I did something. I don't know what I did. Then it screwed up the configuration, and now it doesn't run some games so smooth anymore. So I'm back to my PSP for PSP gaming. Go AVS, Dayrock asks. I'm not sure what he means. Anthony H asks, do you have any experience with switch cases from Waterfield Designs? We'd love to see a review of one of them from you. I'm unfamiliar with that company, but I'll definitely look into it. There is one other company that reached out to me for switch cases, and they're sending me one. It's on its way here as we speak, so I'm gonna be reviewing that very soon. Matt asks, "Do you know Wes Montgomery?" I'm not sure. Jimmy Glasscock says he actually DM'd me. Let me see here. Where's my phone? I want to see if Jimmy. I'm not gonna show it on the stream, of course, but I want to see if this is real because I still think that he's putting me on because that's a really interesting name. Let's see here. Holy shit! That really is his name. That's cool, dude. That's awesome. Okay, I thought it was just a funny screen name, but that's his actual name. He wasn't bullshitting. Eric Rayan says, "Just arrived. Would I lose? Nothing. We're just starting." Zach Talks Tech. How's it going, dude? He said, "Dude, you should be watching the Jets game." I'm not much of a sports guy, as you can tell from all the Game Boys and action figures. Which, by the way, have you seen my Aliens shrine over here? Pretty dope, right? I got a power loader and everything. Brown Venusaur asks, "Are you going to the Comic Expo in Calgary this year?" Hells yeah, dude. I was invited to go as media this year. Again, they invited me last year for the first time. And I'm super pumped. Calgary Expo, like I said in my video about it, is the one event that I'm always pumped to go. So I absolutely will be there. You'll probably see me walking around filming stuff and having a good time. Tay-Rock asks, "When did you move to Calgary? How about them Oilers and Flames?" I moved to Calgary in 2006, December 2006. It's the city I've lived the longest in my entire life, so it's the city that feels like home to me. Even my hometown, I didn't live there for very long. So, and he's asking about Oilers and Flames. For people who don't know, the Calgary Flames are our city. They're our city hockey team, and the Edmonton Oilers is the team from Edmonton. And Edmonton and Calgary have this Springfield versus Shelbyville kind of rivalry between them. If you're a Simpsons fan, you understand that reference. And so our teams, it's like if you go to Edmonton, if you're wearing like a Flames shirt, people are probably going to give you the stink eye, and vice versa. So there's that. That's what the Tay-Rock is referring to. Will you review the Meizu AP52? I think I have it already. They sent me a new one, and I think it's the AP52. If that's the one, it's coming soon. For sure. Josephi says, no, it's pronounced Josephi. Sorry, I'm actually a person from John Tron's channel. Hey, dude, welcome. Please tell me you still have a guitar kicking around. Of course I have it. I don't play them very often, but of course I have them. Yeah, dude, Chris is actually, like I said, Chris is my first Canadian friend. And the way I met him is actually funny. My dad, when we first moved to Canada, which, by the way, Chris knew me back when I sounded like Borat. So I wonder, is it different now that I'm a little more fluent than when you first met me? And Monty would come chill at my place when we played games and stuff like that. We played the guitar. We had a band together. A lot of good times. Yeah, so I still have my guitars. I don't play with them as often. And I'm not sure. I just realized it's... check it out. So in the back here, if you can see here, you see this right here? The scroll right here? That's a teleprompter that I bought this week to do like scripted videos more, so that there's a better flow to them so I don't keep looking down at my notes. I'm super excited about this thing. And you guys tell me if next videos seem like they're too scripted, like I'm reading off of a teleprompter, let me know, because it's going to take some getting used to being able to deliver the script in a natural way reading off of a teleprompter. Super64 asks, do you play PUBG or Fortnite? I have both. I don't play on them. I don't play them very often, right? I barely touch my PS4. I never play on my computer. I never have the time to play, really. And Monty says, dude, it's night and day. I would imagine after 15 years I've been in Canada. Astro95 Media asks, is English your second language? Yes, it is. I am from Brazil, so I speak Portuguese, fluent Portuguese. I moved to Canada with my family when I was 19 in 2003. So when I first got here, as you would imagine, my English wasn't the best. Monty here is proof of that. And but still, we made it work. We would chill and then hang out and stuff like that. And Monty had the same taste in music as I did. So when you're young, that's one easy like social glue that brings people together. I'm not sure why I have a Velcro strap in my hand. But yeah, when we first moved to Canada, my dad, he's a computer engineer, so he was doing like side jobs, like the odd computer fixing job here and there. He put a bunch of flyers up in the neighborhood. And Monty's mom, Chris Montenay here on the chat, she needed some computer help. And my dad saw a guitar magazine on the coffee table, and I was really depressed because, just moved to Canada, didn't speak much English, had no money, I was broke, couldn't go to school. It was shitty times, right? So my dad is like, yo, this guy here, he plays the guitar, you play the guitar, get your ass here, make some friends. And yeah, good times. Sister Feta, he still remembers that. Sister Feta is a bit of an inside joke. This was a meme between me and Chris before memes were a thing. Sister Feta means Friday in Portuguese, and I remember he was very excited. If I remember correctly, because his birthday, his first birthday when we started, you know, when we became friends, was a Friday, and I was telling him like how to say Friday in Portuguese and stuff. Fun stuff. Here the upload for the video is done, so the stream should be smoother from here on out. Lucid Theming asks, and by the way, I try to always say the name of people on the chat because I find it a little, maybe I'm alone in this, but I find it a little obnoxious when people are streaming and they're answering questions and they don't say the name of people asking it. Whenever I ask a question and people just read through it and breeze right through it, I feel unacknowledged, if that makes any sense. So I make a point to say people's name because I think that's important. People like being acknowledged, and this is what this is all about, right? Like these answering questions from you guys. So Lucitini asks, how good is the screen on the GPD-XT, especially for DS games? Just asking these questions because I'm seriously thinking about buying it. It's amazing. Now, I'm not the most technically savvy person out there. I've seen some people doing reviews where they go really in depth about the tech used on specific panels, like whether they're LCD or OLED or TN or IPS panels. I'm not super keen on the difference between these things. It looks really good to me, right? So there's no ghosting, there's no weird artifacts. It looks really, really decent. Axel Picardal says, hey Izzy, hey Axel, he says, what was your very first game console? The Super Nintendo, dude. The Super Nintendo was my very first game console. And you know, it's funny because I only had that system for 2 years because I broke it, and then I didn't have one until the PS2. So I was outside of gaming for a very long time. Actually, I lied. I got from my girlfriend back in Brazil. She gave me a GBA SP just before my moving to Canada. So Super Nintendo, GBA SP, which I also destroyed, and then PS2. Didn't break that one. Let's see here. Do you still use the QCY Q29? I'm waiting for one to arrive. Yeah, it's right here, dude. I use it every day. This is actually my empty case because I have two. I have two pairs. So this is the empty case. I have a spare, and it's here. It's in my jacket. I was out, and it's in my jacket here. Why do you love portables so much? Asks Danky Doze. So, because, I don't know, dude. I don't know exactly why I love portables so much. I just love the idea of gaming that I can take with me. And as I'm sure you might be able to gather from the way I talk and the way I behave, I have severe ADHD. I have a hard time focusing on things, and I get bored really easily, right? So the idea of bringing a game with me to play wherever I am, that's always been very attractive to me. And I couldn't afford a Game Boy because they were very expensive in Brazil in the 90s, right? I didn't have that much money. So now that I can, I have literally all of them. It's one of those things. So Maria Eduardo Alves says, hey, you could probably tell by my name that I'm one of your Brazilian viewers, that I found their way over to this channel. I'm actually really glad that I did. Thank you so much. There's a bunch of Brazilians who watch my channel. When I first started this channel, the split was like 90% Brazilians and then a few Americans and Canadians. Because I've been making a couple of videos that were really popular, now that changed completely. So right now it's like 50% Americans and then a few Europeans, and then Brazilians are like 5 to 6%. 5 to 6% according to the watch time, which is good because I didn't want to make this secondary channel in another language to continue to only reach Brazilians. That's not to say I don't appreciate you guys watching. Of course I do. It's just that it's nice to see that there's a lot more a diverse crowd watching the channel. And that's the thing too. When I was saying this earlier, I'm not sure if you're here, Maria, but when you make videos in Portuguese, you know exactly who you're reaching. You're reaching Brazilians. It's pretty much, we're the main demographic that speaks the language, right? When you're making videos in English, I get comments from people from Chile, from people from Africa, people from Europe. There's a Russian guy that sent me an email the other day, a bunch of Americans, a bunch of Canadians. I feel like I'm talking to a lot more people, and it's really exciting. Lucid Theming asks, did you miss the motherland? Not really. I was really young when I came. I was 19, and I was a really sheltered kid. I didn't go out much. I didn't partake in a lot of like Brazilian things. I'm not a big fan of Carnaval. I don't like samba. I don't play soccer, so I don't miss it that much. Plus, my immediate family lives in Canada, so my mom, my dad, and my siblings are here, so that takes away a lot of the motivation to travel back home to visit. Can you sing? I'm not a very good singer. Reagan Fox says, what the fuck, how did I get subscribed to this channel? I don't know, how did you? Watching on the GPD-XT again. Yeah, Omega Dragonis, he always watches the streams on his GPD-XT. That's really cool. I like to see people that use the GPD-XT not just for gaming, but like a tablet, like a multi-use kind of device. It's really cool. Let's see here, what else? So Carlos Freitas says, I think a lot of people have some sort of ADHD. I used to read books on my Nintendo DS, then I got a Kindle, and nowadays I read on my phone. You read books on the DS? That's some serious dedication, dude. Do you have donations set up? Josephi, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Or Josephi, is that the emphasis? No, the fee, Josephi. I have donations set up here through Super Chat, right? So if you feel like donating to support the channel, all the money I make here, I try to put right back in to the setup I have. As I'm sure you might have seen my setup video, but like the teleprompter I just got, right? Like that was for the channel. Like everything I got here, I try to put all the money back into this little company of sorts I'm running here, which is weird because I didn't expect for this hobby to become like a company, but now it is because I have to pay taxes on this. I have a lawyer, I have an accountant, and that's not what I planned for, but it's just how it is. Diego Marga says, greeting from Mexico. Yo, Diego, I was just in your country a couple of months ago. I went to Cabo San Lucas, I think. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Cabo San Lucas, I'm pretty sure. Astro95 Media says, gotta cut out, but thanks for the stream. Enjoyed from Houston. Dude, thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen you on Twitter so much recently. Let's see here. Danky Dose asks, if you had to choose one franchise of games, which one would you choose? Only portables. By the way, you're really interesting, and I really hope you grow more. Thank you so much. And if I have to choose specifically a portable franchise, I'm going to go with Castlevania. The GBA and DS Castlevania games are incredible. They're so diverse in what you can do in them. And they have amazing replay value because the castles are so big and they have multiple endings, different characters to play with. Amazing. So my opinion sucks, but I'm still gonna say this. Asks, hey Izzy, I'm pretty bummed out. I got rejected from a program that helps you get into select colleges. Have you ever been rejected by any school related things, and if so, how did you deal with them? Deal with it? Actually, no. And this is gonna sound braggy, but I'm gonna preface this with, I'm not a very, like, I don't study really hard. I don't do anything really hard in life. So I find that I got pretty lucky with the things that happened to me. But I tried out for 2 different schools in Brazil. One was a college, right, and university, and I got approved to both. But I have a very strong feeling that I got really lucky on those years. So I never got rejected from school that I can think of. I did poorly at school, if that helps, but I knew it was entirely my fault because I wasn't putting in the effort. So what are you gonna do, right? The most rejection I guess I faced was when I became single, and then I installed Tinder, and I realized I'm not, for those of you who have followed me for longer, you know that I was quite a bit heavier. There's probably a bunch of new faces here that don't know this, but let me help you here. Let's see. I'm gonna open my Dropbox here. Give me a moment here. And it's funny because I saw, I think it was Chris Rock in his latest Netflix special. He said, some of you have been in a relationship for so long, you don't know how ugly you are. And that is so true, dude. I was pretty big a few years ago. Let me find, here we go. Let me see here. Okay, I got it. Let me, I'm going to look up one of my videos here. One of my old videos. Let's see. View here. Let's go to my video on my trip to Brazil. So let's see here. How do I throw this up on the screen? Here we go. So this is from last year, right? So let me stop this here. Okay, here we go. Let's I'm gonna take a freeze frame here, and right here. This is good. So I'm just gonna stop the video here.
What's up with Target doing that?
Let's see. Right there. Oh my god, this is not a very flattering image. But whatever. So this was me last year. Let me throw this up on the screen for you. Window capture. Properties. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit smaller. Is this good? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So this was me. Where is it? I gotta turn it on. Okay. So this was me. Where can I? Okay, let's do this and do this right there. So this was me last year, right? I was a good 50 pounds overweight. I still got some to work on, right? But I was quite a bit heavier. And when I became single, it was like, all right, let's do the friggin' dating scene now. And that's when I realized, oh man, I gotta work on this because I was pretty heavy, right? Let me pause this here. This is a video from like my trip to Brazil for some events. That's a like a talk I did about an article that I wrote that went viral, and people wanted to ask some questions about that. So anyway, to get back to your question, so that's I knew rejection really well when when I became single and I was like good 50 pounds overweight, and then I had to get back into the dating world. So yeah, you just like I decided that I had to own up. It was my own choices that got me there, and I had to improve. So I set out to improve by working out and eating better, and that's what I did. That was a long-winded. I'm sorry. Oh, I see. Omega Dragona says Josephine Krakowski is a JonTron reference. You'd think I would know this because I'm a big fan of JonTron, but I don't remember this. Do you watch Brazilian channels? Not very often. Quintel asks, do you have cachaça there? You can find it. It's not easy to find, and I don't drink, right? So cachaça is a Brazilian liquor, basically. You should do a video going to a sports event, says Felipe. It would be fun, an outsider going through the experience. That's actually an interesting idea. Fanatics 4, Okay, AJ from Fanatics 4 is here on the chat. I love this guy, but he's a 3DS hater, and he asks, how much more exciting is Pokemon coming to... Wait, am I reading this right? How much more exciting is Pokemon coming to Switch? I'm very excited that Pokemon is most likely, virtually certainly going to the Switch. Coming to the Switch. We don't know much about it yet, but I'll definitely buy it. Damn it, Izzy, your taste... Oh, sorry, I skipped here. Lucid Theming says, damn it, Izzy, your taste in gaming is so much like mine. Yeah, you're a fan of Castlevania as well, I take it. You don't look that bad in that picture. I guess that was a decent enough picture, but take it from me. Like, I was pretty heavy. Some changes needed to be made, and thankfully I changed the things that needed to be changed. This is here, let's see here. And I fixed my teeth too. Like, I'm not sure if you can tell. Oh, okay. How about this? You still certain of that? Like, look at that, dude. That's that's the face of a guy who got turned down a lot by women back in the day. It was bad. I mean, not to say I do. I mean, I'm dating, right? So it's not like I'm a lady killer or anything like that. But this right here needed some serious improvement. So Nicholas asks, are you hyped for some game that didn't launch yet? The new Spider-Man looks great. Yes, the new Spider-Man game, it will likely be great. I really want to see Bloodstain, made by the same guy who made Castlevania Symphony of the Night, one of my favorite games of all time. It's coming for the Switch. It's coming for a bunch of systems. It was going to come for the 3DS, but they scrapped the idea to do a prequel game on the 3DS in the same universe. I'm a little bummed out by that. My opinion sucks, and but I'm still gonna say this. Says it's fine. He didn't come off as boasting. Lol. I know it's not the end of the world, but it still sucks. I just want the best for my family. What we're trying to get into, if you don't mind me asking, sometimes we're just not ready for that just yet. We didn't put in enough work. We didn't put in the right amount of work towards a certain goal, and it's a matter of realizing that, recognizing what you could do better, and then try one more time, right? I'm certain you're still a young guy. If you watch my channel, you must be a young guy, right? So not all is lost. Joe asks, Izzy, I know you love the 3DS, but which of these do you think has the best library, the 3DS or the DS? Well, if you want to be pedantic and technical, it's the 3DS, because the 3DS is essentially a DS. You can run DS games on a 3DS. So I have to say the 3DS. If you're looking between the two of them, it's the 3DS. It allows you to play many more games. What are your favorite channels on YouTube? Asks Maria. So I'm a big fan of Kurzgesagt. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's like an informative, like educational series of videos here on YouTube. Vsauce, I'm a big fan. On the smaller creators, I really love AJ's work. Fanatics 4, he's here on the channel. Bob Wolf also does a lot of Nintendo-related videos. Nintendrew, also a smaller creator who also does a lot of videos about Nintendo here on YouTube. He's not that small. He has over 100,000 subscribers, and I guess Bob Wolf also, he's not all that small. But I like to interact and to network with creators who are not like the huge big YouTube celebrities. I like these smaller guys. I feel like they're more down to earth. They're more approachable, and I've been making a lot of friends in this space. That's the people I watch the most, right? I'm a big fan of Philip DeFranco. He's the reason I started YouTube way back in 2008. So yeah. Let's see here. Axel asks, hey Izzy, it's me again, but I have another question. What game did you invest your time the most? From your syntax, I suspect, are you Brazilian? I'm just wondering. I'm always curious where people are from when they're here on the stream. So which game did I invest most of my time in? I suppose I could check my Steam, and it would probably be CS 1.6. I'm a big fan of original CS. But I think it would be between Super Mario World and Heroes of Might and Magic. I played a lot of that. 3 Kilobytes asks, has anyone ever told you you're Sky Fox Hounds bro? I'm unfamiliar. I'm assuming that's another YouTuber. I don't know. Hey Jay says, Izzy, it's fine. I still love my grandpa and everything. He had to retire. 3DS is in the same boat. I don't know why you hate 3DS so much. Omega Dragona says, have you played Alundra on PS1? It's like Zelda if it stayed 2D in 32-bit. That sounds interesting. I never even heard of that. Actually, I've heard of Alundra, but like I barely know anything about it. So I guess that's one thing to check out. I didn't have a PS1 growing up, so I'm exploring the PS1 library now, right, through my PSP, through my GPDXD. L2 Game says, I remember when you bought your dream car, the Mustang. Are you thinking about buying a new car? And if yes, which one? So yes, in 2013, I bought the car that I always dreamed of owning, which is a Mustang. Right, I'm a big fan of muscle cars. I mean, I never had one because I didn't have money, but then I worked really hard and I saved a bunch of money, and I bought a Ford Mustang, right? And I love it, but ironically, I don't like to drive that much. If I were to buy, I regret, like people told me to lease it because it'd be more affordable. I wanted to own, and now I regret it because if I had leased it, now I'd have a Charger, which is a car I find more visually, aesthetically pleasing, right? I buy car, I'm like the noobest, like the most casual. I buy cars just based on what they look like. How dumb is that? So Android Micro Gamer asks, and I'm liking the questions Android Micro Gamer is asking because he's very much like from this question I can tell a lot about him. He says, would you ever try to run your channel directly from your smartphone, or no, do you think you wouldn't have the right power behind your phone to do it? Interesting question. And I have run my channel entirely off of my cell phone for a while. On New Year's Eve, my computer, I fried my motherboard, right? I moved my computer from the living room to the office here, and I fried the motherboard, and I had nothing to shoot videos to edit except for my phone. So for like a couple of weeks, all I had to maintain the channel was the phone, and it worked rather well, right? Of course, the edits had to be a little more simple, but it worked really well. And I can tell that you're a guy like me, like we're kindred spirits. You're a fan of portability, of being able to do things on just the phone, on like you have. I'm checking your channel right now.
Go to my channel. Let's go.
So he's into. I can see.
Gaming is amazing on Android.
So Android Micro Gamer here. He has some videos on. This is cool. So he does videos on Android gaming, right? And I really like that. He has a series on GTA Chinatown Wars, which is a phenomenal entry in the GTA series. So yeah, Android Micro Gamer, to answer your question, yeah, it's very it's very doable, right? But of course, your edits are gonna have to be a little more simple for that to work. Let's see here. Cave Dweller asks, does anyone else remember playing COD Modern Warfare 3 on the DS? It was fun for me as a kid, but enemies were like 3 pixels, lol. Yeah, it's funny because on the 3DS we saw a lot of games that really didn't belong in the 3DS, but it was cool to see the attempts. So there's a lot of racers that looked like garbage, right? There's a lot of first-person shooters. There's a lot of third-person shooters that didn't work very well. I played one of the CODs on the DS, but I forget which one it was. It was still on the it was still the World War II ones. And Axel Picardo says, nah, I'm not Brazilian, I'm Filipino. Hey dude, look, there's a lot of Filipinos that watch my videos, specifically the PSP ones. So can you tell me, is the PSP right now particularly popular in the Philippines? And I need to learn a little bit of Tagalog too. I've been meaning to, like, in the last, like, I have a PSP video coming up, and I know that the PSP videos are very popular in the Philippines in my channel for some reason. And I wanted to say something in Tagalog, like a little shout out. So I'm learning from somebody from work. She's teaching me a little bit of Tagalog. How long are you planning on streaming? Asks Gaming with Lazarus. So Gaming with Lazarus, we've gone for about 30 minutes so far. I'm going to do another 30. I have to go buy some groceries, and I have to work on some videos that are coming out tomorrow. So Omega Dragona says, I'm 13, I had a GBA as my first console in 09, and I played the hell out of Metroid Fusion. You know what's funny, dude? I love Metroidvania, and I love the Aliens series, and you'd think I would be all about Metroid, right? Not a fan. Maybe I just have to try it again. So Felipe says, you were looking forward to do a lot of Android phones and that you ended up buying the iPhone 10. What was the breaking point to stick with iOS? Just habit. Just habit. And the camera on the iPhone 10 is phenomenal. So there's that. Creepologist, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. He says, hey, Izzy, how you been? Hey, dude, it's been great. The Bully Hunters video went really well. I gained a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new faces here. I'm really happy. Joe says, hey, Izzy, I gotta go. You know how much I'm inspired by your work. Keep going, man. Hey, dude, thank you so much for sticking around here. This is great. So Maria asks, have you been playing your Switch at all, or are you still rocking the 3DS? Dude, lately, I'm all about the 3DS. All about, yo, AJ, suck it. All about the 3DS. Phonetic says, I'm procrastinating right now. I need to get it together. So do I, dude. I've been procrastinating all day. Leonardo Severo says, what do you think about indie games? I love indie games, dude. My game is an indie game. So Android Microgamer says, yo, Android Microgamer, what's your name, dude? Because that screen name is very long. I love it. It's very descriptive of the work you do, but it's very long. And it seems impersonal to call you your screen name when it's not a name. He's all about the 3DS just to spite me, says AJ. No, you're a liar. I love this console. I love portability. Yo, I dropped this thing the other day, and this thing is a tank. And because of the clamshell design, the screens are protected. Yo, AJ, what game is this? Tell me. What game is this? Let's see how good you are. Actually, this is for anybody, because I think AJ, he's such a hater of true portability. He's not going to know what game this is. What game is this? So Rachel Farid says, Izzy, I'm from Brazil too, and I'm thinking about getting started on YouTube, doing videos in English. Do you think it would be taken badly by the Brazilian YouTube community? Dude, who cares, dude? Do you do you, man. I will say this. If I could go back in time, I would have never switched to making videos in Portuguese, because when you make videos in Portuguese, you're limiting yourself like crazy. When you make videos in English, the whole world can talk to you. And as a testament of this, there's a bunch of people here from all over. There's a guy from the Philippines here, Fanatics for AJ's from the States. There's a guy from, there's a bunch of people from all over that get to see you, and you get to interact with them. It's really cool. Like, dude, I would never have made friends with people from the Philippines if I was still making videos in Portuguese exclusively, right? So Isnog says, you guys mentioned in 99 Videos podcast some time ago that a book was in the works. Can you give us more info on that? I can't say any more than that, unfortunately. Partners in Time? No, it is not Partners in Time. My God, his boss says, hey, I'm new to the channel and I love it so far. Dude, welcome, first of all. Thank you so much. And where are you from? I'm always very curious to know where people are from here because, and I guess you might have missed this from the beginning, I'm from Brazil and I do videos in Portuguese on my main channel, and I'm very used to just talking to the Brazilian community. Over here, there's people from all over, and I'm always very curious to find out where I'm reaching now, right? I could only reach Brazilians before. So now there's people from all over. I'm very excited to find out where people are from. So my God, his boss is from Texas. So Quasi Dog says, how's the BenQ monitor treating you? Glad to finally catch a stream. Hey, dude, first of all, welcome, and thank you for joining us here. Why did I say welcome? No, yes. It's funny because I said welcome, as in like welcome to the stream. But as I said that, I'm like, I feel like I'm saying like you're welcome, but he didn't. Anyway, welcome to the stream is what I mean to say. And the BenQ monitor is incredible. Now, I'm not so tech savvy that I'd be able to pick out on like minute things that might make this monitor not great. But to me, for the time that I've been using, it is phenomenal. And in fact, my review is ready to go live. I just have to work on a thumbnail. I'll probably put it out tomorrow. Quasi Dog is from Moncton, New Brunswick, by the way. Pikachu's from Washington. So Android Microgamer says, the reason I have the channel name that I do is that because I cover 3 major topics that is the tech community, Android, micro PCs, and gaming. That makes a lot of sense. It's right there on the tin. Your screen name says exactly what you do. But you should put somewhere what your name is so that we can talk to you and say like what your name is. On the description of his channel, it says, let me see if I can put that up on the screen here, and boom, here we go. It's a little, there we go. On his channel, it says, I'm a mobile/retro gamer and Android geek, so please check out my website and sub to my channel. Believe it or not, I do everything on my cell phone, video editing, the photo editing, all of it. One of the reasons I started this channel is to help people realize that the phone they have in their pocket is pretty much the same as their computer. Yes, there are a few things you can do. I think he meant you can't do, but you can do almost anything now. So so why not use that full power? Dude, I'm 100% with you on that. I'm on the road a lot, and I like the idea that I can put in my bag like a camera and my phone and a little keyboard, because video editing with the keyboard, with the app that I use, is flawless, and that's it. I can still work no matter where I am. It's right in my pocket. I love it. I'm fully on board with the message, with the mission of your channel. I love it. Matt Enriquez says, I'm from Chile, and sincerely, I want to know you because you look like a super interesting person. Well, that for the future. For now, greetings from Chile. See, that's what I mean, man. I would have never met somebody from Chile if I hadn't been making videos in English. This is so cool. So Lanny Mon says, how's Nana Navitas coming along on the swimming? I think she, I'm sorry, I forget now. Are you a she or he? We talked before. You're always here, and you follow me on I think both Instagram and Twitter. But now I can't recall if you're a guy or a girl, and I feel embarrassed because I should know this. Lanny Mon. I want to say from that name, or did we never talk about this? Have you ever been very like gender neutral? Because we always talk here on the streams. But now I don't know if I should call you a he or a she. I'm sorry. But they meant to ask, I'm certain, how is Nana Navitas coming along on the Switch? And yes, my game. AJ, if you're still there, wake up. Wake up, AJ. It's coming for the Switch. And I'm very excited for that. Because the Switch, I love the Switch. I love Nintendo. So that's going to be the definitive version of that game for me. Do you want to see a Switch Slim? Says Gaming with Lazarus. Absolutely. Here's what I think. AJ, back me up or crap on me if you disagree wildly with this. What I'd like to see is a Switch in the same form factor as the Vita. So no detachable Joy-Cons. That's not the one you're gonna buy if you want to like play games with others. But it's the one you buy if you want more portability, if you don't mind a smaller screen. And yeah, you just, and here's the thing, Nintendo historically has always made revisions to their portables. The Game Boy had the Game Boy Pocket, the Game Boy Advance had the SP and the Micro, the DS had the DS Lite, the 3DS had they went the other way around with the 3DS. They made a larger 3DS, but the point is they always revise their portables. I'm certain that we're going to see a Switch in a different form factor in the future, and odds are, I would put my money on a smaller Switch without removable Joy-Cons that is more portable. I would love that. Axel asks, oh, Izzy, do you have a pet? I have a Shih Tzu. Unfortunately, I don't. Where I live, I can't have pets. It sucks. I haven't had a dog in like 20 years. And Android Micro Gamer says, my name is Josh. Josh, nice to meet you. I'm Izzy, as you know. So Creepology says, I'm American. Your video on the He Will Not Divide Us flag was what got me subscribed. Right on. That's an interesting question, by the way. Which video got you to subscribe to my channel? I'm very curious about that, because I guess that's what I should be talking about more, right? Do you plan on traveling to Europe? I would love to travel to Europe, but I haven't had the opportunity yet. And I have a full-time job, right? So unfortunately, I don't do YouTube full-time. A lot of people ask me that. I have a quote-unquote real job, which sucks because I'd love to have the freedom that full-time YouTubers have. Unfortunately, that's not in the cards for me right now. AJ says I'm still here, attempting to script my video at the same time. What's the video about, AJ? Give us a hint here. Let us know. What's going on here? I received the message. Let's see here. Just a second. My podcast co-host is sending me a message here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. So my God is boss. What's your name, by the way? Izzy, what do you think about PC gaming? I'm not a big PC gamer these days. I used to be when I was younger. I'm more of a portable gamer these days. I'm so busy, so it's easy to just pull it out and play. Before I had my car, when I took transit more often, then I was all about the PSP and the DS. I have a bunch of games on my Steam account that I never play, because when I'm in front of the computer, I'm always writing on a script or talking to people on Twitter, doing the whole YouTube thing. So unfortunately, I don't play PC games that often. Perhaps I should play with like subscribers. That'd be cool. Jacob says, good evening from Poland. Glad to catch a stream, even if it's 5 a.m. at the moment. Jacob, first of all, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. That's so cool. He's from Poland. That's awesome. And AJ says, I wouldn't mind something like that, but it's anti-Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo is known to revise, but they never got their core message. 3DS, it only lost 3D because no one used it. Okay, fair enough. Most people use the full potential of the Switch. All I'm going to say is I would love a mini Switch that was like a Vita. I would be all over that. Maria asks, was your English this good before you moved to Canada, or did it improve over time living there? I sounded like Borat. when I first came here. So my English was really bad. I'm not sure if Chris is still on the chat for those who just joined us. Chris is my very first friend in Canada. I didn't even know he subscribed to my channel, and he's here, and he was talking about how like it's night and day. My English was very poor when I first immigrated, as you would expect. Let's see here. Lenny says, I found your channel by the video about the Pebble Watch. Yes, I think I do remember you saying that before. Gaming with Lazarus says, I feel like the Switch Slim being the size of the Vita is too small. When I had my Vita, my thumbs would feel so cramped up, perhaps. But Nintendo is no stranger to making really small consoles, right? Take the Game Boy Micro. Izzy, why the Game Boy Micro failed is the reason why I subbed to you, by the way. Thanks for letting me know. And it's funny because I didn't expect that video to do as well as it did. I was really surprised. Perhaps it's the clickbaity arrows. And let me say this, I also hate that, okay? I also hate that, but unfortunately, it works. It's the game YouTube forces us to play. I try to like, I'll throw a clickbaity title in a screen, right, in a thumbnail, but I'll try to make the video worth your while, right? So there's that. Econ says, Izzy, 99 Vita Switch, when is it coming? Got a hole burning in my pocket, bruh. Dude, I can't tell you right now because I don't know. We're still working out the kinks, but I hope very soon. I'm very excited for 99 Vitas on the Switch. Let's see here. And Axel says, I subscribed and I watched your video about the GPD-XT. That's another video I did that did really well. And I thought to myself that you deserved a sub. So I subbed. Thank you so much. AJ says, first video I watched was the one with Bob, but I think that's cheating. I suppose it is. Link192 says, what's the last game you played from start to finish? I just beat Dawn of Sorrow about a week and a half ago, so that's the last one. Because I find it very hard to focus on things. It's hard for me to play a game all the way through to completion, but I try. I've been trying anyway. Pikachu says, Izzy, if you need to know about beta and stuff like that, you can always talk to me. Like you talk about baiting our game, 99 Vitas for the Switch. Is that what you're talking about? Felipe says, Izzy, I got the 14-day trial of the PS Plus. Just download 99 Vitas. Right on. I guess I should mention this. My game, 99 Vitas. I should probably put a video up here. Give me a second here, guys. Just a moment. Let's put a video up on the screen. There. Okay. Let's boot this up here. Hold on here. I just want to make sure it's all lined up right. I have to press the... Okay, there we go. So let's see here. It's not super properly framed. There we go. Now let's make that a little bit small. Whoops. That's not the right one. Okay, here you go. Sorry, guys. I just gotta... Let's make that like that. Okay. So this, what you're seeing there, is my game. It's called 99 Vidas. It means 99 lives in Portuguese. And it's available for most platforms. And right now, if you have a PS3, a PS4, or a Vita, you can get it for free on the house on PS Plus. If you're now, whoever uploaded this is a really unfortunately crappy frame rate. Let's load a different one. Here we go. There you go. So this is the trailer for the game. If you're into like 16-bit gaming, if this is your jam, and you have a PS4, PS3, or a Vita, go get it. It's for free. It's for free. Like, can't beat free, right? That's me. That's it right there. Look at me. Look at me kicking ass. Really cool, right? Anyway, that's 99 Vitas. Go download it right now. Just pause the stream. Go on your PS4. Just download it. It's free, dude. It's free. What else do I have to say? Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's okay, here we go. Back to the chat. So Josh says, hey, I'm thinking of doing a series on Fire Red. It's pretty good. Yeah, I did see it on your channel. I gotta go check it out. I'm a big fan of Fire Red. I have a red and Charmander. I mean, you can't see it. Let's do this. Perhaps now you can see it. There we go. I have a red and Charmander tattoo, so that should tell you everything you need to know about me and Fire Red. Lucid says, Dawn of Sorrow was my first Castlevania. It was truly worth it. Aria was great too. Dawn of Sorrow is my favorite though. Phenomenal games, dude. Timothy Vreeland says, your Spanish language channel has so many subscribers. Thanks for dealing with us plebes, even though you probably don't make as much money from us as your other channel. So Timothy, first of all, thank you so much for joining. I'm assuming you're from the States, I want to say. Your Spanish language, it's actually Portuguese. I'm from Brazil, right? So we speak Portuguese. But yeah, I have a lot more subscribers there, but I've always wanted to connect with more people, right? As I mentioned, perhaps you just joined us, I mentioned earlier that when you speak Portuguese, you're pretty much only talking to Brazilians. When I speak English, I'm talking to you. I'm assuming you're from the States. There's a guy from the Philippines here. There's people from Europe. There's people from all over, and that's really cool. Quasidog says, the first video I caught from you was the one about Reddit trolling Shia LaBeouf. I've been hooked ever since because of your content variety. Quasi, that's actually a point I wanted to touch on. You say that you like my content variety. I always thought that that was actually a hindrance, right? Because if you subscribe to a type of video that I put out, and the next video has nothing to do with that, I've always wondered that that makes people uninterested and perhaps they'll unsubscribe. My next video is a vlog that I recorded at an arcade here in Calgary, in Alberta, where I live, and it was a lot of fun. I had my girlfriend there, had a bunch of friends. There's a whole little story, a little narrative unfolding as we're playing games. So it's really different from everything you've ever seen here on this channel. Perhaps you'll like it. I hope people will like it, because I like to be able to make this kind of varied content, because with the ADHD and being hard to focus on things, I'm always all over the place. So sometimes I want to do a kind of video, sometimes I want to do something different. I like that there are some people like you who enjoy the variety. It's very reminiscent of River City Ransom. That's right. Maria says, did this just turn into a React channel? I hope not. And a shameless plug happening at the same time. I guess it is a shameless plug for my game. I should actually pick up the game after all that effort. You should. Axel says, the PSP is popular here in the Philippines, but PC and Android gaming is dominating the PSP. But many people still love the PSP. I still play PSP games on my emulator on my phone, though. See, I always thought that, because my PSP games do really well in the Philippines. Some of them have like 30 to 40% of views from the Philippines. So there's a lot of people from the Philippines watching my videos. I'm really happy with that, because, like I said, I like that idea that I'm not just talking to my fellow Brazilians now, I'm talking to the entire world. And I think that's what the internet is all about, right? Let's see what else. Do you think that Clash Royale is considered a card game? I never played Clash Royale, so I don't know much about it. Fanatics4, AJ says, one of my friends was talking about 99 Vidas, and he said you were the character he used. He had no idea you and me were friends, and I brought that up out of nowhere. That was surreal. That's crazy. First of all, that you have friends that are just like chatting about talking about playing 99 Vidas. To me, that's an honor. And I imagine the look on his face. You must have seen to him like that kid in school who like has an uncle who works for Nintendo or whatever, right? That's awesome. Jimmy Glasscock says, what are your thoughts on a potential Pokemon Diamond or Pearl remake? I would love it, dude. Those games are awesome. I know there's a lot of people, they catch a lot of flack, but Diamond and Pearl were my Pokemon games that I came back to from like way back from like the first generation. I stopped playing Pokemon completely, and then Diamond is what got me back. I skipped all of it. Didn't watch the show. Didn't even see screenshots of what the games, the intermediate games, even looked like. So I have this connection with Diamond and Pearl. I still have my cartridge lying around here somewhere. Quasidog says, no, I dig variety, and I find single genres run dry too quickly. Vlogs and Q&As get more personal insight and a sort of behind the scenes. For me, it helps build more of a connection with the creator. So Quasi, you and I are very similar like that. I like varied content. I like vlogs, people showing like what their life is like behind the scenes. As a creator, I love behind the scenes. That's why I set this up like this. See, right here, I'm not sure if you guys notice here, but this is a teleprompter here, right? Can I zoom in? I'm not going to try to mess around with the stream. I'm afraid of breaking something. But actually, let me show you this. This is really cool. I bought this recently. Let me show you this. So this is really neat, right? So my camera, for the people who care about behind the scenes thing, this is a 70D, and this is a Video Mic Pro. It's a really decent microphone. And what you see there on the screen is the script for my Bully Hunters video. You see that? Perhaps you recognize some of the lines. Isn't that cool? So I bought this after that video because I thought that scripted videos, they do really well. You're able to cover everything about like the story that you really want to get across. So I thought, you know, the best way to do that is with a teleprompter. So I bought it. It was, you know, a small investment I made on the channel, and I hope that that translates in the quality, right? So I'm going to show it again to people who didn't see it. See, right there. It's a really cool teleprompter by Parrot. It's not too expensive, and all it is a little mirror that will show. Like I got a phone here, showing up with a teleprompter app, and then it shows right in front of the lens, so I can read the script and look right at the camera, just like they do. Like that's how they do the news, right? So it wasn't too expensive. Like I said, it's a nice little investment, and I'm the kind of content creator that likes to put some money into it and make it better, make it look better, make it sound better, right? Like let me make sure that I'm not bending this thing here. Let me put this back before I end up breaking it. Give me a second here, guys. So there you go. That's something that really improves the quality of the videos overall, like being able to just rattle off, and makes editing time much shorter because you're not making as many mistakes, right? Josh says, "Hey Izzy, have you ever considered doing green screen?" I have, but never did. Right, I never ended up buying the green screen because the one I wanted was really expensive. There are people speedrunning 99 Vitas. Yes, some people are speedrunning 99 Vitas. Timothy says, "Have you talked or played with Joy Masher Games? Danilo and crew are awesome." I'm not familiar with Joy Masher Games. I'm not sure if that's a series or that's a company that makes games. I'm completely unfamiliar. Izzy, I reckon you should make a t-shirt featuring Store Clerk from the upgrade screen in 99 Vitas. That's actually a good idea. Jacob says, in Poland, thanks to the Switch and their aggressive ad campaigns, Nintendo's finally getting its first spotlight around here. So you ought to notice more people from Poland. That's how I found you. That's very interesting. I had no idea. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's cool. So in Poland, apparently, according to Jacob, the Switch, Nintendo is being really aggressive with their marketing, and it's become more popular. That's cool. Luis Luna asks, "Hello, I'm a longtime fan from Brazil. How do you manage 2 YouTube channels, 2 podcasts, and a blog at the same time? Do you have a bullet journal or something of the kind?" So, and there's a full-time job on top of that too. I sleep very little, man. That's the thing. Axel says, "Oh man, it's lunchtime here in the Philippines. It's currently 11:12. Okay, Izzy, gotta go see you, dude. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I hope to see you again on the next streams." So Quasidog asks, "Any sponsorship or brand deals outside of BenQ and GearBest coming up? I've got a really great content if you ever consider a gaming chair." Shameless plug to my review video. Not at the moment, right? Like the advertisers that reach out to me, the ones that want to pay me for exposure they usually go towards like the Brazilian channel because there's more subscribers, right? There's a lot of companies sending me like free swag to talk about in videos, which is awesome because I get to talk about it and I get something free out of it, right? So like the BenQ monitor, it's amazing. I love it. There's a one of those like electronic chair tables that like so you can work while standing up. I just got it in the mail today. Haven't even unboxed it, so that's cool. But for the most part, they're just giving me free stuff to talk about, right? I'm not making money off of it for now, anyway. So Joy Masher is a Brazilian dev who makes pixel games. Oh, okay. I had no idea. I'm gonna look into that. So let's see here. Who else? Let's see here. Joy Masher. Let me check this out. Joy. I feel bad not knowing these guys if they're Brazilian. Are you, Timothy? Are you Brazilian yourself? Joy Masher. "We know retro" is their tagline. That's pretty cool. "You seem really excited about," says Maria, right? "You seem really excited about this channel in the long run. I was wondering if you have any plans to start working more on this channel instead of your Portuguese channel." Yes, I fear that as time becomes more scarce, I will scarce. That's a weird pronunciation of that word, scarce. As time becomes more scarce, I will likely switch focus more to the English channel. I'm not going to abandon the Brazilian channel, but I'll likely be working on this one more because that one is already like on its way, right? Like it's kind of on autopilot. This is the one I got to put more work towards. So Timothy says, "No, just a fan of theirs and Jiu-Jitsu. I'm American." Joy Masher. See, I feel bad that these guys are like homeboys and I don't know their work. Perhaps that goes to show they're not doing a lot of they're not promoting their games really well because you think I would know, right? I gotta check this out. I'm looking at the art here of their work and it looks pretty good. I definitely gotta check this out. This is my kind of games right here. So Omega Dragonis says, "Play I think he means, I'm not sure if he means BS or DS Zelda Ancient Stone Tablets." What do you mean? Play the DS? Is that a DS Zelda? I don't think so. I'm confused. So Quasi says, "Sorry, great content for chairs. They're a Canadian brand based out of Vancouver, and they're very eager to grow with Canadian creators." Hey, this is good to know. Pericles F says, "How did you lose so much weight? I saw your older videos. I'm new here." Hey, Pericles, is that how you pronounce it? Where are you from, first of all? I'm thinking Greece, perhaps. It'd be my first Greek viewer here. That name sounds Greek to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. I started working out and I started eating healthier. That's really what it is. There's no secret to it. And it was mostly the diet. I changed my diet, right? Yes, Greece. There we go. So the first guy, you're the first viewer from Greece, and I figured with that name, it sounded very Greece. So BS, Satellaview exclusive Zelda game. It's a Super Nintendo game. Really, I gotta look into that. I've never been a huge Zelda fan, right? AJ, I'm sorry. I think AJ is a much bigger Zelda fan than I am. Big fan of Breath of the Wild, of course. Great game. But no, I didn't know about that game. Oh, by the way, let me quickly send a link here. I'm trying to do like a thousand things at once. I just got to send this to one of my clients. It's the upload that I was doing before this started. Where is that email? Yeah, there. I just gotta quickly paste this here. Hopefully they approve. The thing about doing brand deals is that you'll mail them the link, the video, and they'll say, "Oh, can you change this? You said this. We prefer that you say something else." So I'm doing some work with some people who are like super chill. They approved every first draft I send them for every piece of like the what I was doing here. There. Sorry about that, guys. Back to the chat here. Bagels on the Battlefield says, I thought I'd go to sleep, but nope, Izzy is online. Hello. Hey, Bagels on the Battlefield, how's it going? So Pericles asks, yeah, what's your studying field? So I'm a EMT, right? I'm a paramedic, but I don't work as a paramedic anymore, right? Let me just close this here. There we go, back here. Back home, I was a physics major, but I also didn't graduate, right? And yeah, I went to school for physics, and then I immigrated to Canada, so I had to drop that. And then I worked in healthcare for many years, and now I don't anymore. Hey AJ, you got a fan here on the channel, Bagels on the Battlefield. He says, AJ says, I'm not a huge Zelda fan either. I just like most of the 3D games. Link to the Past. What's LBW? I'm so bad with Zelda. You think I know this? I know all the Zelda titles, but LBW, I'm drawing a blank. Link Between Worlds, of course. Fuck. And WW is Wind Waker, yeah, of course, and Breath of the Wild are the only standout titles for me. Israel Leite asks, can you answer that? Why you never work with computers? Well, technically I do. Working with YouTube, I'm working with computers. He's asking why I didn't go to school for like computer science or anything like that. Just never liked it. I never felt the drive to work with computers. Fake 3DS fan exposed. Oh no! I've been exposed. Fuck! Oh, it's all over. The jig is up. Run. Hey, I remember, okay? Give me some slack. So Jacob asks, was the YouTube thing more of a spur of the moment for you, or was it a planned venture? Total spur of the moment. I watched Philip DeFranco way back, like in 2008. I saw what he was doing. I was like, first of all, that's really cool. And second of all, I think I can do that. That looks really interesting, because I had a blog. Like, my first claim to fame was a blog that became very popular in Brazil in the early to mid 2000s, right? So when videos started becoming a thing, I'm like, hey, why don't I do that over here in video format? And Philip DeFranco was like my main inspiration. How many DSs is too many? I have, so if we consider the 3DS to be kind of a souped up DS, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DSs. Juan Figueroa, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Greetings from Mexico, my dude. Love your channel. What the F poha means? Here it means to cheer. So Juan, first of all, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. And I was in Mexico a couple of months ago. I was in. Let's watch something real quick. I'm gonna have it playing here. This is something I think a lot of you guys didn't see. Yo, Juan, you might like this. I was in Mexico a few months ago. I did a vlog. I'm gonna leave the link here for you can watch it. It's like a music video kind of vlog. Let me quickly bring that up. Nobri, Mexico. Check this out. This is one of the best trips I ever ran on. Let me put it up on the screen. Let's make this a little bit smaller here. I'll leave the audio there. Perhaps it'll be too loud. You let me know. And I bought a drone just for this trip. This is in Cabo San Lucas, if I remember correctly. Check this out. I'm really proud of how this video turned out. I got like the drone footage and everything. Very Casey Neistat, right? Cool, right? I was terrified of losing that thing. Can you guys even hear the music? I would love to do more videos like this, like the whole like traveling lifestyle kind of thing. I love watching videos like this. I love rewatching my videos in that vein. But I don't know if the people who come to my channel for gaming stuff, if this is something that's... What do you think, AJ? Like, if you were to... Because, like, if AJ does the gaming. If AJ were to do videos of, like, lifestyle, like, travel, I would definitely watch that. But I'm not sure if people would dig that. I think it might be too loud. Bagels on the Battlefield says, that's one of the only 2 videos I watch on your Brazilian channel. Right on. This is, like I said, I was in Mexico there, and it was a blast. I'm dying to go back, dude. It's winter right now. Yeah, it was time to make another channel. Timothy, this is my 2nd channel already. I'm burning the candle at both ends as it is. I can't do yet another channel. Victor says, hey, Izzy, finally my Amazfit Pace arrived. You're right. It's a very good watch. Thanks. Dude, I'm rocking it right now. Check it out. Check it out. I got the Amazfit Pace right here with the... yo, AJ, look. Pokemon Fire Red. I can't focus this. Anyway. So Quasi says, this is getting to my... this is going to get my hype. I head out to Punta Cana this Sunday. Oh my god. For a work event for a week at the Hard Rock. Holy shit. Tell me more. You're going to be working at the Hard Rock for a week? That's awesome. Reckon you should do this this kind of stuff more, Izzy. This is good to hear. And I want honest opinion. Like if this is not your cup of tea, I get it, right? Like you're here for games, I get it. But if this is something people are into, like I have a video that I'm working on right now that is kind of like this. I went to an arcade, so I guess there's that gaming connection there. But I love videos like this. I love watching them. I'm just not sure if my audience will dig something like this. Phonetics 4, AJ says, for me, I try to keep it super contained. Is the music too loud? I'm not sure. I hope I don't get a strike. I mean, I didn't when I put this up, right? So that drone footage, though. That drone footage. Oh my god, that drone paid for itself with just that trip alone. Bagels on the Battlefield asks, would you rather try to pocket the 2DS or the Switch? 2DS. Wait, original 2DS. Oh, okay, okay. That's a tricky one. I'm not sure. They're both kind of hard to put in your pocket. But I suppose the 2DS is a little bit easier. Pericles says, oh yeah, that smartwatch brought me to your channel. Now I remember because of the Fire Red watch face. Right on, man. It's a vendor, Quasi-Dog explains, it's a vendor sponsored event from LG, Samsung, etc. for work with lots of downtime to just relax. Dude, I'm so fucking jealous. It's not even funny. Oh my god. I need to get into whatever kind of work you do. Jacob says, if you put up stuff like that, you get my thumbs up. So far, I've enjoyed the majority of your videos. Hey, dude, I'm really glad to hear that. Bagels on the Battlefield chimes in saying, I would definitely watch these kinds of videos. Awesome. Great to know. All right, this is very motivating because I'm working on something like, you know what? I'll give you guys a preview. How about that? Let me minimize this here. Let me minimize that. I'll give you a preview of what I'm working on right now. Give me a second. Let's boot up. I'm gonna boot up Sony Vegas over here. It's on my secondary monitor, so it looks really small. So I'm gonna turn this off for a second, and let's go to window capture. Let's change that to Sony Vegas, and I'll give you guys a little preview, a little behind the scenes look. So here we go. That's not showing what I wanted to show. Give me a second here, okay? Let's open this up like that. I look kind of weird there. Bear with me. So I'm gonna have it open like this. So you guys are gonna see an advanced screening, let's say, a behind the scenes look at my upcoming video. That's the reason I'm asking you guys, right? Because this company, they wanted me to go there. I look so weird in this still shot here. Let's go back here. Okay. Let me save this here and let me boot up the video I'm working on, okay? So here we go. And okay, here we go. So this video here is what I'm working on. It's going to go live likely tomorrow. I'm working on it. I'm finishing it, and it's going to go out tomorrow. So you tell me if this is your cup of tea. So let's see what AJ says. He says, I'm weary of dividing my sub base. I feel the same way. That's why I'm asking. I don't want people subscribing for the thing that I do less and not watching everything else. That's something that I'm very concerned with. That's true. He says, once we have a base full of people who watch us for us and not the topics, we'll branch out more and more. That makes a lot of sense. That's my concern as well. It's really cool to see your evolution as a content creator. Thanks, man. Like I have changed a lot over the years. You're better than most of live streaming, says Timothy. You keep the pace brisk. I usually don't watch live streams because they're boring. That's true. Me, I have ADHD. It's very hard for me to focus on anything. I very much understand what you're saying. Alan asks, what do you think about Final Cut Pro? Never used it. I've always been a Vegas guy. So yeah, so let's go back here to the video, and you guys are gonna be able to see like an advanced screening, so to speak. I'm gonna play it out, and you tell me what you guys think. Okay, it's work in progress. It's not finished. I got about, the video ends right about at the 3-minute mark. Okay, so you tell me. Let's take a listen. Let's take a listen. Let's take a look. Okay, what is wrong with my shoes? So really quickly, let me give you, I guess I should have set this up. So this is at a place called Rec Room. It's a arcade slash restaurant slash dance club here in Calgary. It's not too far from my house. They wanted us to go there and to do a little vlog, show what the installations are like, the games, the food, that kind of video, right? So I'm like, of course, it's free food, free games. So I went there with a bunch of friends, with my girlfriend. You'll see that in the video. And I had a blast, but the whole time I'm editing this, I'm thinking like, will people like this? Is this what they signed up for? Or they want to talk more, you know, they want to see videos about like Bully Hunters and 3DS and Game Boy, right? So again, let's see. By the way, how's the audio? Can you actually hear this? Am I too loud? Because I don't know, right? Let me actually blow this up a bit so I can see a little bit better of the timeline. Here we go. All right. So back to this.
Please just change it.
There's nothing wrong with these shoes are fine.
No, look at this.
They're a little bit dirty, but oh come on, you're gonna make me fall.
Yeah, they're super fine.
Ow.
Right there.
What are you
Fine
doing?
here.
Okay, fine. What do you want me to wear?
Something else.
They're a little bit dirty too.
Yeah, I'll clean them.
Okay, fine. Okay, so today we're going to the Rec Room, and I don't know how to exactly define the Rec Room. It's an arcade, but they also have a restaurant with really good food. We haven't been there in a while. It's been a month, I think, since last time we went to check it out. We're going to meet with a bunch of friends there today. That's something I've been wondering, right? You guys know me from like like videos in my office. You got the computer, you got like the whole... Is it weird to see me outside of that? Because I think it would. If I were to see like a video of like, say, Bob from The Wolf Den or AJ from Fanatics 4, and they're outside of their usual environment, it would look a little like, no, bad weird, just like, hey, this is really different. Give us a bunch of passes to enjoy the place, to check out the arcade, and I'm actually really hungry, so we're probably gonna eat first.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a lot of fun. That's me dancing, by the way. That's called Pump It Up. It's like the South Korean answer to DDR, and I was big into it back home. I used to play like semi-competitively, and I was really good. And you'll see this in this video. Although, of course, I've put on a little bit of weight since my glory days of playing in arcade dance machines. She forgot her cell phone. Run! Just run, just go. Okay, this car needs a wash stat. Okay, let's go. My car's filthy. That's my brother we're meeting there. We made it. Nice. All right, let's go. People say all the time that he's like a skinny version of me. That's my brother's girlfriend. That's a friend. That's an amazing ice cream they brought out. Not really an ice cream. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's, oh, Jesus Christ, that made me hungry just now. This feels like director's commentary, says Daryl. Hey, it kind of is, right? Dude, oh, I'm so hungry now. See, now, my girlfriend Natalia is making that face, and I guess I didn't explain this in... I'm just going at it. She's the pickiest person in the world. So, like, if food has, like, bits of other food mixed in, like, say, chocolate chip cookies, she won't eat it. She won't touch it. She hates any kind of food that is mixed in like that. So, like, creamsicle bars. Doesn't like it because there's cream inside, right? She's weird like that. So that's why she's giving me that look, because there's, like, cookie crumbles inside that thing. So, anyway, let's go back to the vlog.
We got these 5 Rec Room passes from the people here over at the Rec Room. There's 120 points on each of these. And what we're going to do is going to have a competition here with our friends to try to see if we can get a prize here. What do you think, Dan?
I don't know, it's got to be something like 300, 400 points. Let's check it out. Check it out.
This is too much. You're not going to be able to get this.
That's 500 points.
We can get this. We can get this.
We got to hit a lot of jackpots.
Yeah, we're not going to get that.
So these are the things we're not gonna even try to get.
So they have like ridiculous prizes for like an insane amount of points that you'd have to be playing there for years to get. And they have like some more achievable things.
500 then?
500, yes. So 500. Pixel, I love it. Pixel cow and pig.
Also, I'm not sure if you can tell from this video, and somebody asked in the stream, but I kind of like glossed over. I didn't get to it. I'm a pretty short guy. I'm 5'7", barely. So at VidCon this year, I'm expecting to hear a lot of "You're shorter than I expected," because I'm kind of a short guy. How's your camera so steady? Pericles, great question. That is a Canon G7X, which I have right here, which is a phenomenal camera. This is not a sponsor. I don't have any links for you to buy anything. I'm not making commission on this or anything. But this is a really good vlogging camera, and it has incredible, remarkable optical image stabilization. That's why the footage in that video looks so good. A lot of it was shot with my 70D, which is back here. And the reason it's steady is because my brother and I, we both have had so much experience handling these cameras. We're really good at like keeping the shot steady. So that's why it was a combination of using a camera with really good optical stabilization and being naturally good at like holding a camera after so many years of playing around with cameras. Let's get back to that.
Get a pin for 300 points. Or maybe a pencil for 30?
No. Pixel cow. Pixel cow or bust. 500 points. That's what we need.
Hey, Axel's back. Welcome back, dude. We're watching a vlog. Let me pause here real quick for Axel. Axel had left earlier to go get lunch. He's back now. So I'm showing here a video that's going to go live on the channel likely tomorrow or the day after. And it's a vlog, a trip vlog. Quasi Dog just donated $2 to the stream. Thank you so much, Quasi. He says, great to get to know you better. Is he out for the night? Quasi's on his way out. Dude, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for the donations. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'm really glad to get to know you guys better too, right? Because I didn't know you're from Moncton. You're from New Brunswick, right? Who was from Moncton? I can recall now. I know you're from New Brunswick. My Canadian geography, I'm ashamed to admit, could be better. But thank you so much for being here, dude. Daryl asks, have you seen the YYC Twitch meetup video? You're in it. Of course I did. Of course, dude. Somebody asked something that I forgot to. Bagels on the Battlefield says, I must meet an Izzy in the wild. I'll be at VidCon in June. So if you're there, dude, I'll be there. All over the place. Yes, that is Quasi from Moncton. Right on.
Thanks, fun.
So that's pretty much where we end. I haven't edited much past that. And it's just like us playing, us going, you know, play the arcades, play the games, talking about trying to get that pig that I showed earlier. It's a lot of fun. Of course, I'm biased. I'm very, very curious how a video like this will be received by an audience that, first and foremost, is here for gaming news, right? Like, that's mostly what I do here. So, fingers crossed people are going to like that. How do these bracelets work? Asked Pericles. Are they NFC? I suspect yes. You charge them, right? They give you credits, and then you just swipe them on the arcades, and then it counts like however many credits you're using. Android Micro Gamer Josh asks, hey, is your game for Android as well? Because if it is, I'll probably do a series on it. Not yet, but it will be. Stay tuned. There's a demo out that you can play. In fact, I'll show you right now. Check this out. I got my GPD-XT right here. Yo, Josh, you would love this thing. Check out my review on it later. You'd go crazy for this. And I just hit myself in the glasses here. So let me see if I have it installed here. Yes, I do. So check this out. This is a demo. It's very early in development. This is way back like a year ago. So the game is nothing like that anymore. But if you want, you can play it on Android right now. And I know you're an Android fan. You're a portability fan. So this might be your cup of tea. Maria asks, did you guys manage to get the Pixel Pig? Give me spoilers. Should I? Should I give you a spoiler? My God, his boss just donated $2 for the stream. He says, worth it. Dude, thank you so much. Seriously, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that you guys are even here, let alone you're donating. You're contributing to making this all happen. So thank you. Thank you so much. Maria, I'm not sure if I should give you a spoiler. Should I? Should I give you a spoiler? Maybe you should wait. It's coming out probably tomorrow. I'll be ending the stream somewhat soon. It's a little longer than I was thinking of going. I have to go buy some groceries. I'm really short on food. So maybe you should wait. Maybe I'm going to keep you in suspense for the time being. Got in here in time. I love the live streams on this channel. Dude, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, dude. Honestly, like, I know it's the most, like, commonplace thing for people to say. It's the most cliche thing, but like I said, coming from like a channel that's pretty well established and starting over to a complete brand new crowd. I really appreciate that you guys are giving me the time and saying like, hey, let's check out what this guy's saying, right? So words truly cannot describe how much I appreciate this, and I hope you can tell that I'm really excited to be here talking to you guys. That's why I make a point of trying to read everyone's comments. I try to say everyone's name because I know that's important. People like being acknowledged, and that's what I try to do here with these live streams. Rochelle says, any chance of seeing you here in Brazil soon? I know you just met the rest of 99 Vidas crew in person just recently, despite those many years podcasting with them. That's right. So I have a podcast, a gaming podcast in Portuguese called 99 Vidas. That's the inspiration for the game that I showed you earlier. And I've been working with these guys on the podcast for years, since 2011, I want to say. And I met them for the first time last year at an event in Brazil. They flew us out there to talk about the game, talk about the podcast. So that's the first time I got to meet them. Right now, there's no plans to go to Brazil at the moment. I was reached out by a travel agency company that's putting together an event in Foz do Iguaçu. I can't tell you much more about that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it out there. But right now, there's no set plans to go to Brazil. There's some rumblings of an event that I might be able to go, but that's all I know right now. Timothy asks, does the GPD-XD have a good game recorder? It has a game recorder that does sound recording internally. Android phones seem to have banned that feature. Audio can only be recorded with the mic, which catches all of the background. Right on, I understand that. When I record video on like my phone from the screen or the iPad, I understand exactly what you mean. Like recording like actual audio, the output, versus recording the microphone, which is lower quality. That's a good question. I don't know. I didn't know that Android acts that feature. That's odd. Luciano asks, please stop smashing your table. I'm sorry, the microphone is on my table, and I know that every time I go this, like it travels really well through the mic stand. I'm just trying to annoy AJ. So Scott said, whatever happened to that lady from Brazil where you exposed her fake entrepreneur career? That shit seemed crazy as fuck. Thank you, Izzy. Scott, thank you first of all for being here. I don't think you've asked a question before. Your name seems new to me. So there was some rumblings that she was going to try to sue me, but nothing ever came of that. So there you go. Jacob just gave me 10 PLN, which I suspect is the Greek currency. I don't know. It's the wait. I know it's a name that it's like it's the old name that you guys used for or PLN. I'm gonna have to cheat. Because I know you guys had the drachma, right? That's Greek. Is the drachma Greek, or am I mistaking things? PLN. Let's see here. PLN. What's the PLN? It's the, let's see, currency PLN. That's Polish zloty. Oh no. Okay, so yes. I'm sorry, Jacob. I'm so sorry. I confused you for the other guy from Greece. You're from Poland, so it's the where is it? It's the Polish zloty. How come you guys don't have the euro? I would imagine you guys have the euro. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. As you know, I put all the money I make here right back into the channel. Like I said, I just bought the teleprompter. I want to buy more cameras. I want to just, it's what I love to do. So every penny I make here, I try to put right back into my little empire, my little YouTube empire here, my little corner of YouTube. So it's the zloty. It's the Polish zloty. Am I pronouncing that right? How come you guys don't have the euro? I would imagine you guys would have the euro. Scott says, thanks, Izzy. I appreciate the response and videos. Keep them coming. Dude, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys are here. As a small creator, I really, dude, this is going to sound crazy, right? But I think about you guys all the time. Whenever I'm, like, thinking about YouTube, I'm thinking, like, I wonder where these people are from. Like, how do they find my videos? What is it that they like? What don't they like? What would they want me to do different? Would they like videos like this? Would they like this kind of video, right? Like, how do I get to more of these people? Like, I'm always thinking about you guys. So to see you here and chatting, it's like, I really appreciate that. Like, it means the world to me. It really does. What is your favorite Pokemon? That's hard, Ash. I have a soft spot for Charmander. He was always my starter in Red and Fire Red. I like Shroomish, I guess, is the one from Omega Ruby, the little mushroom from Omega Ruby, because he has sleep moves and he has health sapping moves, like what is the seeding one? That you seed the opponent and then it leeches a little bit. Leech seed, I think it's called. I like those moves because they're passive, right? You do them once and then you're constantly getting a little bit of health and you're pinging the opponent. So I like Shroomish a lot. Superchamp says, hey Izzy, I'm a big Brazilian fan. I found out your channel because of the crazy searches on Google videos. I missed that. I'm going to try to make more of those videos. For those who don't know, I do a series on my Brazilian channel where I go on my Google Analytics and I see how people found my website, and the searches are insane. It's like people finding, like looking for, like typing the weirdest things on Google and ending up on my site. So it's a really fun series. Unfortunately, it doesn't translate well to this because I don't have an English video, an English channel. Bagels on the Battlefield says, I came from IGN to one of Bob's videos, to one of Wolf Den Lives, to another WDL with you on it, and then I decided to check out your channel. This is cool. So I don't know how I got to Bob's channel. When I bought the Switch, as I'm sure a lot of you, I started searching for a lot of Switch-related content on YouTube, and I came across Bob's channel. And right off the bat, because I'm a content creator myself, good production values really catch my eye. So Bob seemed like a very charismatic guy. I like his like delivery, the way he, I'm not sure if he works off of a script, but I like his delivery. I like the way he read what I imagine might be a script. His energy, I love that. His set is really interesting, and he's just really good at it. So right off the bat, I'm like, I want to watch more of these videos. Yo, Chris, you're still here. Leech Seed. Yo, Chris, are you a Pokemon guy? I don't think we never talked about Pokemon. Yeah. I love Rayquaza. See, I don't know. I'm a Gen 1er, right? Sorry, AJ, I'm a Gen 1er. So I'm not super familiar with the Pokemon names of the more recent generations. I met Bob through Facebook. Really? How does that even work? I came across Bob's channel before you mentioned him, so it all kind of came full circle right on. So Jacob is explaining, it kind of more like Zuutu. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. It means golden. But I guess you don't translate currency names. That's right. And as for why we don't use the euro, majority of Poles refuse joining the Eurozone with a public vote. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Right on. I guess I should have imagined that if you guys don't have the euro, that's because you didn't join. Right? Right on. Gen 1 for the win. Gyarados is my jam, son. Gyarados is the shit. Yes, absolutely. Love that Gyarados. I'm training. Fuck, I'll show it to you right now. Wait a second. Let me see if I got my Bomberman DS. Yo, AJ, for real, dude. Put aside your 3DS hatred for a while and just admit that Bomberman, it's the DS game, yes, but I'm playing on a 3DS, so it counts. And the way I see it, the 3DS is kind of a DS, right? Let me save this here. Quick save. Yes, I'm saving it. I'm gonna show you this. So, let me go back to the home menu here. I'm going to show you my team on Omega Ruby. Bagels in the Battlefield says, I'm going to save my money, donate when I can, because your content is top notch. It's amazing. Dude, thank you so much. I'm really happy to hear that you guys are liking what I'm putting out. And I'm always nervous when I put, like I said, I'm making a vlog that's pretty different from what I usually do, but I'm really excited to, like, maybe you guys will like it, right? Like, I'm in suspense. So I'm going to be working on that video tonight when I'm done here. I got to go buy some groceries, and then when I'm back, let's see here. Omega Ruby. Let's boot this up. What are your views on Detective Pikachu talking? Haven't played it yet. So I'm kind of like, I'm not sure what voice they went with, if it makes sense or if it's kind of weird. Maria asks, have you ever thought of doing gaming streams? I'd imagine you being a fun guy to game with. Yes, I definitely want to do more gaming streams. Absolutely. But I'd be playing probably old school games. You know me, right? Like I'm a retro gamer at heart, right? So I wouldn't be opposed to doing like a GTA 5 live. They're really fun. Or Fortnite. It's all the rage now. But for my money, like a little Mario Kart, a little Bomberman 4, a little Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi on the Super Nintendo, one of the best games of my life. AJ, back me up. That series is incredible. The Star Wars games on the Super Nintendo. Mwah! Okay, anyway, so let's boot this up. I got 12 hours in my run of Omega Ruby, so you know, still kind of getting started. Yo, Monty, check this out. So I got right here, let's see my Pokemon. I got a small team. I don't like a lot of the new Pokemon, right? So, you know, I'm a bit of a Gen 1er, but I got my Magikarp right there. Grinding towards that, how do you like my team? It's kind of shitty, right? I know. I need to capture some more, like I need some dark types maybe, right? Some fighters. I guess the chicken guy, I forget his name. Looks like a penis, actually. He's a fighter too, right? So there's my Magikarp. So AJ's explaining how he met Bob from the Wolf Den. I didn't know this. So he says, me and Bob are fans of Kind of Funny, a group of IGN guys that branched out to into their own thing. And they have an FB group, a Facebook group, that we're both, it's really weird to say FB, Facebook group, that we're both a part of. Bob posted a video, I commented on it and said we got to collab eventually, and we just clicked from there and eventually and gradually became closer friends. That's kind of like what happened with me and you and Bob as well. It's kind of cool. SNES Star Wars games are dope. They absolutely are. Holy crap. Have you ever played a Metroid game? Very little, Memo. Where are you from, by the way? McNugget would be Combuskin. That's right, Combuskin. Pericles says, I have a suggestion for video content. What about a LAN party with your friends? I guess more like a WLAN party since we're talking about portable consoles, but you get the point. Oh my god, I would love something like this. I'm not sure if too many of my friends have 3DSs. I'm going to have to like search around, but I would love to make a video like that. Absolutely. I want to do more vlog type videos, right? Like that video I showed earlier, the going to the arcade and playing with friends and stuff like that. I've been really excited to do a video like that because we were approached by, I say we, but it's really just me. I'm a one-man show. I don't have like a producer or anything like that. So I was approached by these guys, and they wanted to get us out there. and I was really excited to do this, but at the same time, I'm like, I wonder if the people who subscribed, if this is what they want, or if they're going to think it's weird because they want to see gaming content and all of a sudden I'm playing it in an arcade. So we'll see how that works. I'm from Mexico. A lot of people from Mexico today on the stream. Right on. Memo, or Mimo, I'm not sure how they pronounce it, is a nickname for Guillermo. Am I pronouncing that right? Guillermo? In Portuguese, in Brazil, that name, the Brazilian version of that name is Guilherme. Hashal says, I like when you post tech videos or vlogs. It takes you apart from the social commentary persona from your Brazilian channel. I'm stepping away from social commentary entirely because it just breeds a lot of resentment. People just like, they don't get fully what you said, or maybe your opinion wasn't fully cooked, and then people will hate you forever for that. Like if you comment on like 3DS and you say something that's like, maybe you didn't do as much research, you say a little thing that's wrong, people mostly forgive you for it. But when you're commenting on like current events, social things, or anything about politics, if you make a slight mistake, or even if you just don't word it properly, people will hate you forever for it, and that breeds a lot of toxicity. My friends in the social commentary community, they're constantly just bickering on Twitter. They're just fighting all the time with one another. It's constantly at each other's throats over like, oh, you said this thing, but you said this one thing, and they're constantly like screenshots back and forth and trying to pin people for what they said. And then I look at my gaming friends, AJ from Fanatics 4, or Bob Wolf, or Nintendo. These guys are just always having a good time. They're always having fun. Our peers, we're not at each other's throats for anything. We're just enjoying, the most we do is we rib each other. Like, I love the 3DS, and Bob and AJ are always giving me flack for it, but it's just all in good fun. Nobody's like hating one another because of whatever. So gaming is way better. Jody McClure, I remember Jody. She says, I'm from Wyoming, and I like the variety you put out. Again, I'm really happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that because I've been very weary of branching out to the kind of videos that I wonder, like, if you guys are going to be into, right? So I love to hear this. And Mimo says, it's pronounced Guillermo. Right on, Guillermo. Yes, you guys, the L's, it's pronounced like pollo, right? Like chicken, pollo. Yes, that's right. I love your social commentary vids. Chris, I had a feeling you might. We're very similar. I imagine you agree with a lot of things I said. But the problem is, when you do social commentary, people come at you with a vengeance, right? They want to pin you on something you said or something you didn't say, something you forgot to say. They wonder about your ideology, your politics, how you lean on this or that. And that just creates so much negativity. I see my fellow content creators who do a lot of social commentary, and they get so much hatred for this or that. And that's not what I'm about. Like, I'm 33 years old. I'm going bald already. I don't need more stress in my life. That's basically it. Maria says, people just hold the biggest grudges when it comes to public political opinions. That's true. Anything about politics, man. Sotogo says, that's a shame. I really enjoyed your social commentaries as you always presented a non-polarized view on stuff. I like to think so, but some people will still point out at videos and say that I'm very partisan, that I'm very left-wing, or that I'm very right-wing, so too much drama. AJ says, yeah, there's drama everywhere you go, but social commentary invites the vile reactions. Gaming drama is more low-key and easier to ignore. My thoughts exactly. Lucid says, yeah, your recent video was great, but I get why you would not want to get into politics. That's right, man. Timothy asks, do you know of 8-Bit Eric? Do you think you could take him in a fight? Uh, I've seen some of his content. He's friends with a buddy of mine, Sean, from RGT85. I don't know a lot of his stuff. I'm behind a bunch of things, but I do want to dig into his comment. You know what's a channel that I love? Two channels that I absolutely love. I love these guys. In the same way that I like when I first came across Bob's videos, I was a big fan, and then now I'm happy to say that, at least I think, we're friends. We chat all the time. We've done collabs together. But I started out as a big fan of the content, and I'm in the same spot right now with two guys here on YouTube. One of them is it's like a husband and wife team. I think they're married. It's Stop Skeletons from Fighting. I urge you to look their content. They're in a hiatus right now, but it's very high quality. These guys have been on YouTube for ages, over 10 years at this point. I binged these guys' channel when I first found out about it. They do a lot of retro gaming, a lot of like portable Game Boy games, like things like that. Which, by the way, I just realized one thing. Let's make a few changes here. Boom, there we go. So, big fan of their work, phenomenal production values, and they just seem like good people, right? And the other is the FU Game Crew. They're like a gaming news kind of video, like a channel, and they're hilarious. They're really off the walls. They're really like big on the absurdist humor. I really dig it. It's really my cup of tea. I love these guys, both of these guys. I'm always pimping their content out on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me saying, hey, check this video out, check these guys out. They're great. So I've been watching a lot of their videos. Not so much Stop Skeletons from Fighting, because unfortunately they're on a hiatus right now. I'm super excited to see them coming back. Wood from Beat 'em Up seems like a cool guy. You should look into his channel. Chill Aussie. Yes! I'm a big fan of Wood from Beat 'em Ups. He actually follows me. We follow each other on Twitter. Great guy. We never talked too much. I think he might have seen my interaction with fellow gaming YouTubers, and he saw like, hey, this guy is kind of in the scene. I'm going to follow him and see what's up. We never talked too much. Izzy Shadab, boom. Did I just kill this stream? I'm a 33-year-old man. 33-year-old man dabbing. Warning. But yeah. Beat 'em Ups, great guy. Seems like a super chill guy. Comes across really earnest. I love that guy. He's cool. He's really cool. What else, guys? I'd love to stay longer, but it is 9:54. My local Walmart, I think, closes at 11. I wanted to buy my groceries online, but there's a few things I need tonight. So unfortunately, I gotta be heading out. So again, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for liking the videos, for sharing them, for subscribing, for sticking around. Follow me on social media. I'm very active on Instagram and Twitter. Like I said, I really want to get to know you guys better. So these live streams, it's a blast. I'm really happy to have done this. So quick shout out to Bagels on the Battlefield, Timothy Vreeland, My God is Boss, Jody McClure, who else? Ash the Emerald Knights, who else here? Axel from the Philippines. Thank you for joining us, dude. Yeah, that's everything for today. And stay tuned. There's going to be some cool stuff coming up to the channel very soon. AJ, go work on your video, dude. See you guys. Till next time.